Hey guys, first off, sorry I'm in a hallway. All my kids are asleep and my husband, but I wanted to jump on here and do a formal thank you for the fact that we reached our goal on GoFundMe. I cannot believe we reached our goal on GoFundMe so quickly. It's only been up for, what, a few weeks, maybe a few months. And the fact that we have not only reached it, but we've actually exceeded it by a few $100s is just the biggest blessing ever. I don't know. This week has been a little bit crazy, which is kind of why the delay in giving a formal thank you for it. My dad currently has pneumonia and is really sick. I'm sure that you guys have seen the CaringBridge updates if you follow along and things like that, but the doctor said this morning that, you know, nothing is not irreversible. So we have strong hopes. They just know that it's going to take him a little bit longer to heal from pneumonia because he doesn't have an immune system. But I just want to say on behalf of my family, thank you so much. This journey, it's been 8 months since my dad was diagnosed with leukemia, and it has been a wild, wild ride. And I'm honestly at a loss for words, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do this video versus like typing it out, because I feel like when you take the time to write it out, it doesn't necessarily fully express what you're feeling, such as being speechless like I am. But yeah, the financial burden of this situation with leukemia is pretty significant. You know, my dad hasn't worked since what, late July, and then, you know, they moved to Houston, and the bills that they're accruing while they're in Houston, even the bills that they've accrued the last 6 months when they were in Nashville, are really significant. If you've ever spent any amount of time in a hospital, you know how expensive it can get. It is crazy. Being the daughter, I am staying at my parents' house, as you can tell by their beautiful back stairwell. And I'm getting the bills at their house. I'm opening them up. I'm sending pictures of them. I'm shipping it to them. So I'm intimately connected with the amount of bills that they're getting in, and it's significant. And so I just want to say thank you so much. Whether you gave $10, whether you gave a whole lot more than that, there were some really large donations that just set us back. But every single one of those donations meant so much to my family. And I know that my parents are wanting to write thank you cards to everyone who left their names up. I know that there's some people who were anonymous that have come forward and just said like, hey, I donated. You don't have to tell us how much you donated. It really doesn't matter. We just want to say thank you to you guys. And so I hope that this video expresses any bit of gratitude. It honestly can't express the amount of gratitude that we feel. And I know that my parents, once they're kind of over the hump of my dad's pneumonia, they, I'm sure, will come up on CaringBridge as well and give you guys a huge thank you. God has just shown up so much on a daily basis. I mean, like I had posted before, it's like every time there's a high, there's a low, but every time there's a low, there's always a high. God always shows up. He always gives us confidence in him and his timing and his just love for us, even if it's hard to find sometimes. You know, things like this where my dad is really sick. I mean, I know that we can express things on CaringBridge, but seeing him through FaceTime, seeing photos of him, things like that, like, it's a whole nother world. And yeah, I don't know, but God keeps showing up. And even the sole fact that we did not publicize this GoFundMe account very much, and yet we have exceeded our goal. With that said, I am going to increase the GoFundMe goal. And not that like we want to make a push to like accrue more money, but there's constantly people asking us like, how can we help what can we do for you guys? What can we do for Carla? I know that a lot of you guys feel like you're at a loss, like there's just not much you can do at this point. But your kind words, your letters, so many people of you guys have written letters to my parents. My mom has like a box by, I think it's her bedside right now. It might be like in their living area, just full of letters that she's gone through, and she's appreciated them so much. I know she wants to write thank you cards to everyone, and I've tried to express to her like, it's okay, like you don't have to write thank you cards like to every single person that wrote you a card. That's not fully the point. But I want to increase it just because it is one of the best ways that people can help the family. My mom's flying back twice at the end of April and then during May. And then I don't know, there's just not an end in sight for my dad right now. And so we don't know how long he's going to be in Houston. We hope that he's still going to be coming back mid-June, but he still has cancer, and so he's still going to be having to fly back to MD Anderson to get care if that's the case. If he does come back to Nashville, it's not the end of the road. He's going to have very expensive medications he's on. He's going to have to continue a lot of care, some that are, you know, everything covered under insurance, but it's expensive, and I don't know. So all of that said, all that rambling, I'm going to increase it solely as a place, if you still want to continue to give, if you know other people that have asked, what can we do? Writing cards, writing on CaringBridge, sending emails, all of that stuff means the world to our family. Like, we read every single one. We see them all, even if we don't formally respond back, because sometimes life is just a little crazy. We see them, and so all of that is amazing. If you want to step up and do a little bit more, that is financially is a way to help them out. You know, as you can see, I'm still in their house. Like, their house is still here. They're not selling their house, and yet they're still renting a furnished apartment in Houston because my mom needs somewhere to live. She's stayed at some places for free, which has been amazing. But if my dad leaves the hospital, he has to, there's just parameters that have to happen. Just the germ factor and things like that. So staying at someone else's house is a really big burden for that person. And there's just a lot of factors that my parents can't control and don't want to control. And so staying at an apartment like they are is definitely the best option for them at this point, in the hopes that my dad will be able to stay at the apartment and do outpatient care at MD Anderson. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys so much. This video is a little bit longer than I expected, but I just wanted to get all of that out without just like writing it on pen and paper, because I'm pretty sure that would have taken me way over 10 minutes, and this is like 8 minutes 40 seconds right now. And so thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. So I hope that you guys have a good day. I hope that the Lord blesses you in many ways every single day, and I hope that you can see God's love and blessings to you even in the midst of the days that you're not sure where he is, because I know that you know, we're not alone in our struggle to find God in everyday things. Even if your situation's not as crazy as ours is right now, every day is different. And so love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you 100 times. Okay, bye.